Hi everybody. Today I wanted to cover a few subjects about extending your battery life on your portable shortwaves, and also how to get better reception. This video will go into pretty much good detail about it, but I wanted to mention I had already made a video, which is still posted on my channel, about how to convert a standard shortwave antenna that ends in a right angle jack, a 3.5 millimeter, which is okay for radios that have an input for a 3.5 millimeter antenna. Most of them don't. So I had made a video about how to convert something like that into a usable clip-on, which ends up looking something like this, which is slightly messy because I put too much tape on there, but very effective. This version is solderless. And that video is posted on my channel, but it's also something I'm going to put in the end cards so that you have a quick link to it if you're specifically interested in that. But this video, I wanted to show you the radios I'm going to show you basically do not have that 3.5 millimeter antenna jack. They have to use clip-ons, which is nice. So I have two radios here. One of them is larger than the other, but they're both analog, not digital. Makes no real difference, but they can run either on AA's, alkaline, or NiCads, or NiMH. They also have a feature here, aside from the headphone jack right here, is the 3 volt DC in for the wall wart. 3 volt DC in is something that will create static on all of your channels, mostly on shortwave. And a lot of people don't know that because they want to keep their shortwave running at times, especially at night. There are ways to improve your battery life and your battery health, which I'll discuss, and I have some solutions for that. The smaller radio here, which is obviously battery operated, until you realize it's not just battery operated, it's also has a 3 volt DC input and a headphone jack. Now the larger radios, such as the Eatons and the Grundigs and tabletop size, they actually have a 110 volt plug that goes straight to the wall. Well, there goes your reception completely. Some of those radios are actually nice enough to have external inputs for the antenna. Different types of connections sometimes, but at least you can have an external antenna. So the smaller radios get really good reception, with the exception of you're sort of limited to batteries if you're going to really expect any good reception at all. You put them in a charger separately. This particular one has a 4-slot indicator that will tell you when the batteries are done charging. And chargers do get smarter than that. Some of them have lights that, it turns green when it's done, it's red when it's charging. You can get pretty smart with these things. This particular one is smart enough. It's just, has a thing that plugs right into your wall. But since the blank screen here does tell you when it's done, that's pretty good. That's why for battery health, you sort of want to charge them outside of the socket anyway. It's common sense though. If you plug in a 3 volt adapter, most people would be very concerned, is it going to charge my rechargeable batteries while it's in there? I don't want it to. And even worse, is it going to charge my alkaline batteries that are in there? It's very vague. Most manufacturer manuals would basically tell you unplug the DC charger. Unplug that if you're going to need to charge the batteries. You take the batteries out and charge them. Real quick on the screen, a couple of pictures of some chargers that would be worthwhile and that are smart. Also, the larger one is the one with has the blue button on it. Is basically a discharge function that you use in case your NiCads develop memory. Memory is when you constantly top up a battery to the same exact level. Next thing you know, your battery truly believes that that level is your maximum charge that you can get out of that battery. So to fix it, you need a discharge function. But you have to go through several cycles of it. You discharge, you recharge it again, and you repeat a couple times. Then the memory is gone. That particular larger EBL is very reasonably priced. It has several ports in it. Just be careful of the two 9-volt slots in there, because sometimes it's easy for a battery to slide out of its slot where you're putting it and actually connect with that 9-volt charge. You might want to cover those 9 volts. I saw somebody have a real problem with that one time. Other than that, it's worth getting. I've had 2 of them before. Highly recommended, by the way. So with your average radio, if you want to save energy, you put the rechargeables here, and you got a headphone jack here, and also on the other one. But this is a 12 volt, 3.5 millimeter stereo. They're both male on either end. You can get them in different lengths. So if you plug this into the headphone port of one of them, and into the auxiliary port of this Bluetooth, it's rechargeable separately. It's got a USB cord. Got this for under $40 on eBay. On the side is a auxiliary input. That's where you would plug the other end. So you can see where you'd be getting much better sound out of something like this. It's also Bluetooth. And Bluetooth things like this are easy to find. It just so happens that when you plug one end into your headphone jack, it cuts the speaker completely. And they usually sound pretty tinny anyway. So you're actually going to be saving the energy in your rechargeables that you put in here, and it'll last much longer because it's basically going to quiet your speakers completely. And when you do that, this has one of those 1800 size batteries in there. It'll last for a while and will basically give you all kinds of really good sound for a long time. And it's a totally separate amplification source completely. So that makes your radios last longer. It makes your rechargeables last longer. Your EBLs, your OAs. And why not? This actually sounds better. Also comes with a remote control, by the way. If you hunt enough for this on eBay, you can find it for just under $40. So, well, that's about everything I have, except for, all right, well, everybody, well, thanks for watching, and when I have tips like that, I like to share them. So I'll see you in my next video, okay? All right, bye-bye.